Hello, children. Welcome to a new week. So now we've done, when it comes to social health, we've talked about our family, we've talked about our friends and our peers, and you guys had a blast role playing about how to deal with positive and negative peer pressure. Today, we're going to talk about communication more than words. And I really do love this because, in truth, everything we do in life communicates something. What we wear, how we walk, what we eat, the look on our faces, games we play. Everything communicates to someone what we are. So, how do we communicate? You get on the school bus and sit next to your friend who tells you about something funny that happened in the hallway. You respond by sharing your friend's good feelings and maybe telling a story of your own. In short, you and your friends are communicating. The sharing of thoughts and feelings between two or more people is communication. As Figure 3.5 shows, communication requires a message, a sender, a receiver. It is a two-way process that involves both sending and receiving messages. As we do this, we're going to learn about how people communicate. The best way to communicate your thoughts and feelings, especially in this digital age. How you can be a better speaker and listener. So 3.5 shows the communication process. When someone sends a message and another person receives it, communication occurs. And just as they send it back. So as we do this, think of the words communication, as we see thoughts and sharing of feelings between two or more people. Gesture and body language. Body language is huge with communication, as I'm sure you know with your parents and guardians. Page 67. Types of communication. People communicate by speaking and listening to one another. However, people often say more about their feelings with their faces or the way they move their bodies. Messages can involve the following. Words. The words you use help you communicate. How you say the words give others clues about your feelings. Again, think of that. As a baby, you don't know how to speak. You don't know words to communicate. You do that through crying, through cooing, through laughing. You know, and it's your parents, your guardians, your siblings trying to figure out, are you hungry? Does something hurt? Did you soil your diaper? You know, we're trying to figure out what you're doing. Again, communication is, again, more than just words. Facial expressions. The look on your face says a lot about how you feel. A smile suggests a person is happy. A raised eyebrow can mean someone is doubtful or suspicious. Again, think of how many times your parents, your teachers, your siblings, your grandparents, your guardians, your friends have tried to communicate with you about something. You know, something they thought you did wrong. And just a facial expression made it worse. You know, especially, if you're getting talked to about your behavior by, say, parents, guardians, teachers, principals, vice principals, coaches. You know, they may say something to you, you may go, uh-huh. Then you make that look, and then they just go outside. Or what? I didn't say anything. But that facial expression gives so much away of, do you care about what something or what someone said? Gestures. People often use gestures or movements of the hands, the arms, the legs when they communicate. A clenched fist suggests that a person is angry. People sometimes tap their finger when they're nervous. We know that a lot of cultures like to speak with their hands, and it's kind of hard to see me doing it in just a microphone, but some people say they speak with their hand, especially people, again, who know sign language, drink, eat, yes, no, bathroom, things like that. Again, these are ways we can speak in gestures, not just sign language, but some people communicate, again, with their hands. Posture. The way people hold their bodies can also communicate feelings. Standing or sitting straight with a head held high suggests that a person feels good. People who are sad might slouch or walk with their heads down. Again, when we're teaching and, you just see people just kind of slouch and lean over like this when I'm saying something, suggests that I don't care that Mr. Shorneck's teaching me about communication. I'm thinking about having hot dogs for lunch. Again, we cannot stress enough that everything you do communicates something about you. Sometimes people send mixed messages. Their words don't match their expressions, gesture, posture, tone of voice. For example, a friend might say, "I'm fine," but sound like she really wants to cry. Mixed messages are confusing for listeners. Again, like someone saying, "Tyke, how are you today after the Broncos lost?" "I'm fine." Again, the way we enunciate, the way we say our words can say that. And again, we talk about this so much with, again, the digital age of, "How are you?" Your friend says, "I'm fine," even though they're not fine. It's so hard to figure that out over just text message or email. Good communication. Good communication. Being a good communicator will help you build healthy relationships. The following skills will help you as a speaker. Use I messages. Express your concerns in terms of yourself. You'll be less likely to make others angry or feel defensive. So instead of, I'm sitting here trying to talk and these two students are meow, 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 meow. I'd say, "Would you shut up? God, why can't you listen?" I should say something like, "I feel bad that you guys don't want to learn this because, it helps with communication." Because, again, as we get older, again, doing this on the job and talking while your boss is talking, that's not going to be good. So please tell me what I'm doing wrong. Is you not caring for this? Again, it doesn't throw a blame, a feeling on the person that you're trying to talk about how you're feeling. They don't get upset. Make clear, simple statements. Be specific and accurate. Stick to the subject. Give the other person a chance to do the same. Again, like, "Johnny, I don't like when you're talking when I'm trying to teach you about communication. Next time, would you please listen, or if you have something you'd like to say, would you please let me know?" What do you think about that, Johnny? And see, right there, you allow Johnny the chance to speak. And notice as well that I'm not raising my voice, because that's a big thing with communication right there, too. When you're trying to speak to something or somebody about what you want, how we use that tone of voice helps a lot, too. Again, right away, like if I had to pull a kid out in the hall and talk to them about their behavior, if I'm speaking like this and I give them a chance to speak, it's hard for them to sit there and play the victim of, "It's not my fault that I'm acting this way. Mr. Shorneck's just a jerk." Be honest with thoughts and feelings. Say what you really think and feel, but be polite. Respect the feelings of your listener. Again, there is such a just massive different way of being honest, but doing it politely. Tyke, I think you're being a jerk when you talk while I'm trying to teach. Say right there, you're being a jerk. You've lost Tyke. He's not going to respond. He just thinks Mr. Shorneck's the jerk for calling me a jerk. But, Tyke, there's some people that are wanting to learn about communication here. So would you please quietly not talk while I'm doing this, and you can talk when we're done with the assignment? And right there, honest to God, if Tyke didn't seem to care, I'd be, "Well, Tyke, I feel bad for the fact that, you don't want to listen and learn this. So, like, if you don't feel like learning, you can just step out in the hall for the rest of the hour. When you feel like you want to be respectful to not only my time, the other students' time, and your time, you can come back in the room. If Tyke doesn't come back in the room, then I understand that communicates that Tyke doesn't care to learn about communication, and unfortunately, that's Tyke's grade. Use appropriate body language. Again, the term body language refers to facial expressions, gestures, posture. Make eye contact. Show that you're involved as a speaker. Again, body language speaks massive when it comes to learning this stuff, when it comes to learning communication. Again, when we meet eye contact, don't be, again, just staring at someone. It's okay, again, to make eye contact. Sometimes look down, sometimes look away. Because, again, just staring like this, like you're leering at something, is not a nice thing to do. The following skills will help as a listener. Use appropriate body language. Even if you disagree, listen to what the other person has to say. Make eye contact and don't turn away. Use conversation encouragers. Say things like, no kidding, or really, show that you're paying attention. But again, how you're saying it, again, remember, helps. Like if we're saying something, you're, no kidding? Again, right there, getting that tone of voice, sounding sarcastically, you don't care. Really? Again, you're not being appropriate. Mirror thoughts and feelings. Pay attention to what is being said. Repeat what someone says to show that you hear them. Ask questions. Show that you're listening by asking the speaker questions. I'm going to keep reading, and then we're going to watch a TED Talk about good communication, but I really want to get into this reading body language assignment. We're going to do this instead of the review questions for what you see. We're going to do that, and I'm going to help you with that, but we're going to move on. But we will do the reading body language as your assignment for communication. Page 69, developing good communication skills. Whether you are sending or receiving messages, your speech and body language represent who you are to others. Again, I'm going to stop at this sentence real quick, and I want to pause and speak specifically to all of you again and talk about, again, speech and body language are kind of impossible to do through text. And, through whether it's phone text, whether it's text through Twitter, whether it's text through Snapchat. That's why it's a big part of what we're learning about, again, in language arts with the 8 parts of speech and how we communicate correctly with subjects and predicates and nouns and verbs and adjectives and adverbs and pronouns and prepositions and conjunctions. So that way your message in text does not get misconstrued like everyone else does, or like everyone else. You want others to see you in the best light. Improving your communication skills will help you reach that goal. It will also help you meet the need for healthy relationships. So, I'm going to stop the video for a second and ask this question of what special message do you use to communicate plays or strategies in team sports? Again, and even if you don't play team sports, if you do anything like you play video games or, you may play chess, you may play checkers, you may play something, what do you do to communicate to team members, to other people when you want them to do something? So we're going to stop there. We're going to watch a TED Talk about how to do, how to have good conversations. And our assignment, instead of doing some of these lesson review questions, is you're going to find a picture on the internet, or I may do so myself. And again, you're going to see this where you're going to find a picture from a cartoon or newspaper or magazine that demonstrates various forms of body language. You're going to write a caption for each picture describing the body language you observe and what it's communicating. Attach your caption to the back of the picture. We're going to do this on Google Slides. It says make a sketch or select a picture showing an effective example. We're not going to do that. You're not going to share the picture with your classmates. You're going to share it with me. So we're going to definitely do 1 and 2 for what will you do, and then we're going to do the in conclusion. Using these pictures. Again, how often did your interpretation of body language in a picture agree, not with your classmates' view, but kind of with your view? And how does understanding body language improve your communication with others? Okie dokie, children. I hope this made sense, and you have a super sparkly day.